Hi, welcome to First to Third on Kickball 365. This month, we're going to be talking about all the events coming up in the month of June, starting with Kansas City. We'll get into a little bit of Harrisburg, and then hopefully the event manager from Jacksonville will figure out how to use an iPhone, and we'll get into the Jacksonville Kickball Open that's this coming weekend. Guys, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. What's happening?
Yeah, things are good. Getting excited. We got 3 events back to back, so it'll be a lot of fun this month.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go around the room for folks who don't recognize everybody. My name's Admin, one of the normal podcast hosts. We're missing Oakley from New York, and we're missing Adrock from New York, and we're missing Michaela, so we hope not to bore you to death. But who do we got from Harrisburg? Dave, why don't you do a little quick introduction?
Well, I'm from Kansas City.
Kansas City?
Dave McMillan. I got Chip Mezzo here, and we got our Silent Guapo here as well. Yeah,
Nice.
just follows us around.
Very cool. How's the weather in Kansas City today?
It's raining.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can you get rid of that before the tournament? That would be great.
Yeah, it's going.
Nice. And then Jason, how you doing in Harrisburg?
Doing good. Doing good.
Good. Jason and I had a chance to hang out down in D.C. The Chocolate City Kickball Classic was held. Goomba Adventures is a group down here, and we got to see a lot of competitive kickball, but it's definitely not the same as the circuit, but it was nice to see a little competition. So with that in mind, it kind of got us thinking back to back that, we've got a lot of events coming up, and we wanted to do a podcast to kind of discuss what's coming down the pipe, what teams we're going to see, what's different. Dave, you guys are brand new. Why don't you kick us off? What's going on in Kansas City in a couple weeks?
Well, it's the first Kansas City Kickball Open. We'll be playing at Park Hill High School, which is kind of North Kansas City. It's in between where all the parties are and where the airport is. We have a beautiful, pristine soccer field, getting 4 fields on that, and then we'll be down in Power Light partying it up.
That's awesome. Now, a lot of folks have been wondering, how many teams, and all that will come out with the official rankings, but let's just talk about some of the teams you've got coming. You've got teams from all over the place geographically. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what's coming in?
Yeah, we have a team from Lawrence. We have 3 teams from St. Louis. We thought we might get one from Oklahoma City, but we're still.
If you're watching this, you have till Wednesday.
And then we've got 2 local Musa teams, and we have 3 local Waka teams. So it's
Very
kind of
cool.
a pretty local tournament, but we got some outside city teams. So we're excited.
So of the teams you just went through, we've got 8 teams. 2 of them we've seen on the national tour before. We've got El Guapo out of Kansas City,
Yep.
represented well. And then we've got what used to be called St. Louis Finest, which is TNGK. Other than that, at a very high level, which one of these teams is the dark horse, or who should we look out for?
It's hard to have 2 dark horses, but if I had 2 dark horses, one would be the Grass Kickers, which is an amalgamation of the current Waka team, or they're a Waka team from that we play in. It's the 2 top teams in the league right now. They've kind of combined. They're going to be really, really good. They're going to be really, really fast. And then Swanson's Falls out of Musa. They used to always play in Waka. El Guapo had great battles with them. Christian can kick. They've got a great pitcher. They're gonna mess some people up.
Well, very cool. As I don't know if it's even showing up on the live stream, but Jimmy Bush, the event manager from Jacksonville, is popping in. So if you keep hearing a beep, we apologize for that. Well, very cool. And then the social scene is all downtown. I've never been to Kansas City. What am I going to miss? Or what am I looking for? What am I not going to miss? What are folks at home going to miss?
Well, the Saturday night after party is in what's called Power and Light. We're going to start off at McFadden's. It's its own kind of segregated community where there's 13 different bars. There's a big canopy. It's called the living room. There's places to sit outside. You can see all the different bars from there. The Friday night's going to be most likely in the 18th and Vine Jazz District. and then there's a ton of barbecue everywhere you want to go. So
Very cool.
and then the party is what 2 blocks away from the host hotel, so anybody can stumble home from that.
That is typical with circuit events.
Yes, we thought ahead.
Nice. Jason, you got anything to add?
I wish I could come to Kansas City.
Yeah, we wish you guys could come here too. It'd be awesome.
Well, it'll be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to it. We will be streaming the event live on watchkickball.com. We will have dedicated resources to ensure that A, we have power, B, we use Sprint. Kansas City is known for its Sprint coverage. And then C, a lot of folks had talked about going to this event. Super Dudes, I'm pointing at you, out of Wisconsin. And, a lot of teams are missing out on a great event. And hopefully, you have a chance to jump online, watch the games, chat about it in our group me and on the forum, and, have some great games to showcase all day.
I'm sure all the Catalina wine mixers will be watching Joe Robinson. I'm sure all the Super Dudes will be watching Dave Sierra. We would have loved for them to actually come play with them, but at least they're gonna get to watch.
Well, very cool. Well, thanks again, guys, for putting this together. Or the company 365. We've always wanted to have a really good Midwest Coast event. Last year we didn't get St. Louis off the ground, but this year we're thrilled to have Kansas City, and we're looking forward to a great first year and many more to come. So for your hard work. Now, moving forward, so this event, that's the second weekend of June, June 8th. We'll skip Jacksonville for a second, which is this coming June 1st. But, Jason, what are we going to have down in Harrisburg in a couple weeks?
Well, we're excited. This is going to be our second year. So there's a few things that, obviously we did right last year and people were really excited about. So we're going to obviously do those again, trying to upgrade a few things, making the hotel a little closer to downtown, making the after party a little closer to the hotel.
Nice.
I think it was like 3 blocks apart last year. We're going to make it 2 blocks this time. So have some beer sponsors involved, Bud Light and Traveler Beer. It's a shandy beer, so we're going to be giving a few cases of beer away. I still haven't decided what teams are going to get them. I feel like the top 2 is getting cash, so we'll spread the beer around to maybe 3rd and 4th, and maybe the bottom 2 teams or something.
Well, very cool. Now, of the teams that are coming, again, Harrisburg tends to attract quite a bit of the Northeast teams. As of today, we're at 14. We're expecting more, but I see teams from New York, teams from Virginia Beach, teams from Maryland and D.C. Anybody else coming in that we might not have heard of that has caught your attention?
Well, we have 3 local teams, including Lights Out. 2 other teams. There's an availables team from the Harrisburg area. Has some guys and girls that have played with Lights Out before.
Very cool.
And then also a local league team that is pretty new to the league, but they're pumped to try the competitive tournament. Just from this weekend, we talked to a few teams down at the Chocolate City Classic. Even as far as today on Facebook, there was a few teams that became friends with me and were interested in possibly throwing a team together. So we'll see.
Cool. I see one of those teams is Stars. I saw some of those jerseys this past weekend. Who is 3KM?
3KM, I as far as some of the players that I saw on the roster, they were in a system last year as BSB. So a few BSB, I've seen on the boards that it's kind of, just that, a few BSB guys or players, but some new players as well. So interested to see what that team's all about. We have the asphyxiation with Dematis. Having basically, I think it's a BLK.
Asphyxiation is a circuit team registered for the Cup in New Orleans. This will be their first event on the tour. I'm pretty sure this will be the first of many. They'll go to Virginia Beach, Boston, New York, likely DC. So it'll be nice to kind of see them put it all together. Missouri guys, any questions for Mr. Harrisburg over here? Besides what he's got on the wall and what he's wearing on his shirt.
That shirt's pretty sweet.
Yeah, Jason, why don't you show off the shirt? Because I think you're going to be selling these at the event.
Yeah, I guess I. You see that? Hold on. So the idea obviously came from the championship belt.
Kansas City, what kind of trophy you've got? That's ridiculous for Harrisburg.
You get a naked picture of me. That's just to start out. I mean, that's the best you can get. So.
And then the bottle service after that takes away the naked picture of the chip.
The what service?
We got a bottle service for the winner of KCKO.
That's sick.
Nice.
Yeah. So special eating area.
So Jason, if I go to Harrisburg, I can buy this shirt on site?
Yes.
Price?
Yes. $15.
Nice.
15 bucks.
And we have a limited supply. I didn't want to buy a ton of them, but they don't have a date on them, so I'm hoping.
You'll see him again.
You know, I'm hoping we sell out of them. I can call my T-shirt guy, and maybe he'll be bored that day at noon and print a bunch more for the after party or something.
Oh, very cool.
We'll see.
And you already talked about the fields, the social venues moving closer to home. How many teams did you have last year?
We had 15 last year.
We'll likely bust through that this year.
Yeah.
Any advice to teams that might be on the fence since they've got about a week to go for registration? What would you say to them?
Yeah, I mean, just keep putting your feelers out there. We actually, I get a lot of feedback from just players or captains that are trying to get a team together, that are looking for extra players. So definitely reach out to me on Facebook, on the event page, or just drop me a line at harrisburg@kickball365.com, and I can connect you with some free agents or maybe a half a team that's looking to combine with your half. So it's a great way to get into a tournament, see what it's all about. But it's definitely by the end of the week, the hotel rate is ending. We obviously want to have a team in. We can add some players later, but it's going to be a good weekend. We got a great day planned, great location. We got a pretty sweet food truck coming. It's an 18-wheeler. They're going to serve breakfast, lunch, and late lunch or early dinner. They'll be there basically all day, set up. It's a barbecue. They have pulled pork, pulled chicken. So they're going to have some egg sandwiches. It's going to be a pretty good day.
Very cool. And then, obviously, we've got to ask the question, how do I get that belt? If I win, I get the belt? Is there any chance I can get my hands on the belt before, maybe steal it?
No, we're going to have it heavily guarded. We're hoping to...
Is it in like an awesome case, and you got secret guys, security guys walking in with it?
Yeah, we're gonna figure something out. Maybe we'll put it up on the top of the food truck. If you can climb up there, it's a 30-foot tall food truck. So
let me ask you this. Actually, this is a question for everybody. Since our good friend Jimmy Bush, the event manager for Jacksonville, is tied up at the moment. We are 5 events into the national tour, and folks watching this who have no idea what I'm talking about, go to thisiskickball.com and you'll see this tour schedule events beginning in February and goes until November, where we have our national championship down in New Orleans, where it's basically 4 nights of partying, a lot of drinking, a lot of fun. Big tournament where the winner can win $10,000. We actually pay out the top 8. What attracted you to play a kids game for cash? A lot of folks, when you say, what do you do on the weekends, you say kickball, you get funny looks. But oftentimes, once people try the sport out, they get addicted, they get hooked. We always see former athletes who play the sport, folks who just really weren't that athletic back in the day, to decide, I'll play kickball versus softball. They get addicted, they train, they prep, they love the social aspect, to go to these cities, have a good time, drink, mingle, whatever. But what led you to the circuit? I'm curious to hear everybody's thoughts. Let's start with the Kansas City guys.
Well, I think for us, in Kansas City, we hadn't lost in a couple of years. And we finally went out to Founders Cup, and everybody was awesome. There was good competition, but it was only once a year. And then we found the boards, and we started finding different tournaments. And when we actually went down to Austin last year, we didn't win a game. I think we tied a game, but we had a blast, just beating and interacting with everybody, and we saw that we could actually get better. And so I think everybody was just kind of hooked on the competition aspect of it. And then it doesn't hurt that everybody's awesome in kickball. Like I used to play softball and go to tournaments that way, and like no teams would interact with anybody else. Everybody was segregated, and the circuit is not like that. I mean, there's a lot of cool people that we've met on the West Coast and in Austin. So
very cool. And you were mentioning Austin, the Lone Star Kickball Tournament. After your experience, a lot of teams, it's 50-50 if we're going to see them again. What would you say to one of those teams that shows up, like, we'll just use your event for the week for the example. Of the 8 teams, we've only seen two on the tour before. What if, 2 of those 8 teams get crushed in a couple of weeks? What would you say to them?
I think what really helped us was that teams that were good, that were really good, came up to us and said, hey, you guys are good. You just need to try a little bit harder. Try this, try that. And then everybody was encouraging, so we were like, yeah, we can actually do this. We can play better. Now, it stunk that we got our asses handed to us. But we could see that, yeah, this is something we want to continue to do. Like, we're not – just because we have a bad game does not mean we're horrible. Does it? And even if we win a game, it doesn't mean that we're good. It just means, we need to get better. We need to try a little bit harder. And we were all going to play kickball anyways. And, a free trip, or not a free trip, but a trip to go, it's definitely not free, but a trip to go to a different city, meet other people, booze and balls, yeah.
Now, Chip, you're actually wearing a Flying V shirt, team out of Atlanta. Why don't you talk about that, just the fact that I know you've played on multiple teams across the country. Why don't you share your experience on, folks who are, maybe don't have a team, but as a free agent, you can kind of travel the country, have a blast in these cities, and, enjoy yourselves.
Yeah, I'll start out by just kind of solidifying what Dave said. 365 community and every kickball community that I've gone into is just amazing. The fact that, I was able to get picked up by the Runner Rebels just because I know them and because I met them and because really, there might be a little bit of bad blood here and there, but it's all competitive, friendliness, and it's all of that. But it's just great that, if you're interested in going, you don't have to have your own team. You can just, hey, I'm looking for a team, and I guarantee there's at least 1 or 2 teams at every tournament that can put you on their roster and get you that experience, even if you're not the best player. That's what we did here. We had a few people from different teams with the grass kickers, and they're all really good, and they all just wanted to play, and they couldn't field full teams, so we were able to say, hey, we'll just put you guys together, and now, they're my potential favorite to win it. The ball kickers, or the grass kickers, they were in Founders Cup last year. They played Whiskey really well. They played Sofa really well. But, it's just the community. The community's great, and it allows you to get involved without any issue, and you'll have a blast. It's just really, the kickball community is one of the best communities I've ever found.
Great. And to echo what you were saying, it's definitely not just us. We are one of the many 100 kickball organizations across the country. We're playing a kids game. We often play, Kickball 365 offers leagues and tournaments. On the tournament aspect, we love to say that we offer a social tournament experience, in 16 different cities across the country. But folks in their local leagues, just Dave, you're saying Founders Cup, which is a walk event, huge event. They also have the kickball games, or the fun games, I think they're calling it now. Massive party. And if you are ever looking for a good opportunity to say, all right, 18 of your friends, guys and girls, let's go play kickball for a weekend in Vegas, how can you say no to that? It's a kids game in Vegas with 18 of your friends. You all have jobs, so hopefully you got some cash to spend. Not go hangover style at the Suite and the Cedars, but you have a good opportunity. Masked Man, you speak. Now, you can just nod with your mini Sprite. Okay, that was pretty
I
cool.
would like to say one more thing is if you are watching this and you're in an area that doesn't have a 365 league or a Waka league, find whatever it is, even if it's the Des Moines Kickball Open. That's Horace's favorite thing. It's his favorite tournament. And just get involved in any sort of kickball league that you can, because they're popping up everywhere.
Yeah, we found the Lawrence League last August and just went out to their tournament. And they were happy to have us, and we had a blast out there. And, another thing is, there wasn't any Midwest tournaments. And you guys on Twitter said, where should we have a tournament? And I said, let's have it in Kansas City. And you said, okay. And now we have a tournament in Kansas City. No other, no other huge company that runs sports leagues are just going to interact with somebody on Twitter and then actually follow through.
Yeah. Well, if the players demand it, we will be there. So, folks in El Paso, Texas, I know you keep asking for a tournament. If you've got the resources, we'll make it happen.
Yeah, I feel like the circuit is ours. It's everybody that plays in it. It's not this big, corporation just having tournaments saying they're not making any money and then stealing from us.
Well, Jason, you can share some of your experiences. You guys just went to, where'd you go? New York?
Reading, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, just kidding. BOK though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I always think BOK and I think New York, but. Yeah,
they have mainly Connecticut, I think it is where they have a lot of their leagues, but they had a tournament down in Reading. They have a league that they run there. So it's an hour and a half from us, and we went down and played for the day. It was a good tournament. It was on dirt, similar to the Chocolate Classic, but
Nice.
it was fun.
Cool.
But a lot of the same things that Kansas City guys are saying. We came to a tournament in D.C. It was how we started traveling for tournaments. We were so excited just to go do something different, and the party was a blast, and just the community where you're just immediately accepted. And they gave us a lot of, we got our butt kicked, every time we went, we still get our butts kicked. Maybe not as much as we used to, but, it's fun to just go out and compete. It's something you can still do and to your older age. You don't have to be a marathoner or, a power lifter or some amazing great shape. But definitely does help to work out a little bit.
Yeah, folks who play in our events and go deep in the playoffs or in the single elimination, if you're not in shape, you are sore on Sunday and Monday and maybe Tuesday.
Yeah.
You guys agree over there in Kansas City?
Yes.
CrossFit. Yeah, it's all about CrossFit.
CrossFit it up.
Look at these man moves. There's no CrossFit going on.
So you guys, thank you for your thoughts on how you got into the circuit. Before I get to Jacksonville, how about you guys leave me with a tip? Let's say for those teams going to Jacksonville, Kansas City, or Harrisburg, that it's your first event. What is one thing? Let's focus on the game. What is one thing you wish you knew before you showed up to your first circuit event? Leave me with some words of wisdom. Kansas City guys, we'll start with you.
Yeah.
Going into it, just know that unless you're just really good and natural, just know you're going to get beat and use that to learn. You are. We did. We went in. I went in oh my gosh, we've never lost, and we got absolutely crushed. Well, we didn't get crushed the first game. The second game we did, but just going in knowing that you have to take it with a grain of salt. It's not anything personal, but that you should have a good third baseman and catcher because teams like to bunt on those new teams.
Yeah. As a captain, I wish I used my resources better. We kind of went in there with the impression that not everybody's going to get same playing time, but we didn't change our lineup. We didn't change things that weren't working. So if you really, really know your team and know how to get them in line, that'll be great. And if you don't, then people are going to exploit it because the other team will find out.
Very true. Jason?
Yeah, definitely take a little more people than you're comfortable with. Definitely having somebody on the bench to come in for you. I mean, even if you don't get out of pool play, those 4 games are going to be pretty long and strenuous. But yeah, just keep an open mind, and don't expect to win. Be happy if you do.
Very true. And everybody who's going to every one of these events, we obviously invite you to compete with the best of the best come New Orleans. The way the Circuit Cup works as of today is if you attend one of our events, you automatically are qualified to submit your team to register for the Circuit Cup Championship. So we obviously would love to have you come compete with the best of the best down in New Orleans in November. If you'd like further information on the Cup, please just go visit circuitcupchampionship.com, and we'd love to have you. It's going to be a lot of fun. As of today, after 5 events with 10 more to go, we already have 29 teams signed up. Wildcard registration, wildcard is essentially if you have no chance of attending a circuit event on our tour, the National Tour of Circuit Events. Again, you can check out the schedule at thisiskickball.com. You can apply as a wild card. So if you can't make an event but you still want to compete, you still have a ticket in. It's an application process. It opened this past week. It will go until, I think, September 1st. 365 exec team will review applications and then make those announcements. And then, by October 1st, we will have the schedule, the teams, the breakdown, everything ready to go for a full month to discuss prior to the event. And the forum is always a blast during that time. Not only our event to talk about our event, but what they're doing in Arkansas, what they're doing in Vegas with Waka. Go Kickball, I think, actually is going to have a national championship towards the end of the fall again. So there'll be plenty of kickball to talk about, that's for sure. And unfortunately, we didn't have Jimmy Bush from Jacksonville join us tonight, so I'll just walk through this really quickly. Jacksonville's circuit event is this coming Saturday, June 1st. We've got 18 teams. Last year we had a wonderful showing of 10 teams for the first time we had that event. This year they jumped up to 18. Right now, if you look at the strength of the event, this is going to be the toughest kickball tournament on the national tour. There are meatballs and flying V and situation fully loaded. The best of the best will be there. WatchKickball.com will likely be shown on handheld, but we will show as much as we can. Obviously, join the group meet chat if you can, but please check it out on the forum, and we appreciate that. We keep mentioning the boards and the forum and the community just to remind everybody we're always talking kickball at Kickball 365. You can check out the forum at kickball365.com/forum. Or if you're on the go and you have your mobile device, whether it be an iPhone or a smartphone, you can download the Kickball 365 forum. You can get into your latest trends, and you can see what everybody's talking about as far as what events. So hopefully I didn't send any or show any interesting threads. But right now there's a wonderful KCKO prediction thread going on. And everyone's picking the All-Stars, the most wanted elite team, and St. Louis. So apparently everybody's picking St. Louis, St. Louis, St. Louis.
85 World Series, baby. KC wins.
That's thank you.
Man,
That's all we have in
everything else here.
in comparison to St. Louis. It's the 85 World Series. That's it.
That's me.
So there's Chip. So see, if you're not on the forum, we definitely invite you to jump on. Chip, thank you for posting this today to get the conversation rolling as we get closer. Again, Jacksonville Kickball Open is Saturday. The weekend after that, we've got the Kansas City Kickball Open on June 8th. And then the weekend after that, we've got the Pennsylvania Kickball Classic up in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So if you've never heard of the circuit, this month you have 3 events to follow. If you're in the area, drive in. You're by all means, you're more than welcome to come to the social party and everything else we got going on. Guys, last thoughts to our audience. Start with Kansas City.
We're really excited to see everybody. Jason, good luck in your tournament. Same with Jimmy. I hope everything runs really smoothly, and we hope to see people in the future, even if it's not at our own event. We hope to see them at another event. And just good luck to the teams for the rest of the year. I can't wait to see everyone again whenever I see them again.
Yeah, we're really excited that this is getting kicked off in the Midwest. We hope it grows. because right now everybody talks about East Coast and West Coast, and they never talk about the flyover. I know Super League turned up about it. I know, well, is Relax an East Coast team now? But yeah, there are teams in the Midwest, and we're getting there. So yeah, Young Runner's coming. St. Louis is coming. We're getting excited.
We're gonna race.
Young Runner with that Sexton kickball shirt.
I was gonna wear it, but I didn't think it'd be appropriate.
It would definitely be appropriate. Jason, any last thoughts?
Definitely get out and go to a circuit event this year. Put it on your to-do list.
Very
There's
cool.
a near you anywhere.
Very cool. Well, guys, thank you so much for your time. Thank you to our viewers for watching episode 75, where we discussed the June events. We will have a follow-up podcast in the next couple weeks. Until then, thanks for watching,